Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Smolin. I'm also known as Docsmo. Thanks for joining me today. Now today we're going to learn how to swaddle a very young infant. Most babies love to be swaddled, and you will love the way they act when they get them swaddled, because babies get very calm. They love to be wrapped up. It reminds them of being in the womb. Now, before we get into the specifics, though, of swaddling, we need to talk about the controversies about swaddling. Yes, the controversies about swaddling, because there are some. Now, the traditional swaddle is a swaddle with the arms in, with the arms tightly wrapped up by the body. But some experts think that this is not a good way to swaddle babies, because they think the babies need to have their arms free, to startle themselves, to remind themselves to breathe. They think this primitive reflex kicks in and reminds a newborn to breathe. So some advocates of swaddling say the hands should be up like this, so the baby can deal with their own hands. And other experts say, no, the hands need to be free. I don't know who's right. I think they're all okay myself, but you need to be aware of that controversy. Another thing around swaddling that is a little bit controversial, that if the swaddle is too tight and the legs are bound up too tightly, it's not good for a baby's hips. Babies need to have their legs to be able to move around, so legs need to be a little bit free. We also worry about overbundling. There have been many cases of babies being overbundled and getting too hot. They can't just take the swaddle off if they get too hot, so a parent needs to be always vigilant about a baby who's too hot. The rule of thumb, no more than one extra layer beyond what an adult would be comfortable with. So if you have a t-shirt and a shirt on and you're comfortable in a room, your baby shouldn't have more than a t-shirt, a shirt, and the swaddle. And of course, we need to take great care not to let a swaddle get near a baby's face for obvious reasons. So now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of how to swaddle a baby. We're going to start with a nice big blanket. I like the thin ones that stretch a little bit. See how this stretches? And this blanket is 40 inches wide, and I recommend that you get that type. And we're going to lay it out like a diamond, and we're going to fold the upper part down. That's going to be behind the neck for Serendipity. And here's our little baby that we're going to swaddle. Her name is Serendipity. We're going to lay her with her shoulders even with the top of the swaddle. Now the key, I think left when I do these swaddles. We're going to take the left side of the blanket and we're going to fold it over and we're going to wrap. We're going to do the inside the arm wrap. And we're going to wrap real tightly behind there and get her arm in there. Okay, so we started with the left. Then we're going to take the bottom part and we're going to fold it up over her left shoulder and tuck it up under her left shoulder like this. And then we're going to start with the part that's up at the top left shoulder. We're going to pull that over with all the rest of the blanket, wrap it under, and we're going to tuck it into the left shoulder again. So we have a nice wrap here because her arms are in, she's feeling warm, nothing near the face. Her legs aren't too bound up tightly. Remember, we talked about that. And she's feeling pretty good. Serendipity is feeling pretty darn good right now. So let's show you one more time. We'll unwrap her. Okay. We're going to lay our blanket out as a diamond. We're going to fold the top over, put her shoulders on. We're going to start with the left. We're going to come over and tautly get her arm in. We're going to take the bottom, tuck it over to the left shoulder, take the rest, wrap it around, come over, and take the tail and tuck it into or at the left shoulder. And that's the way you swaddle a baby. Well, with a little practice, you're going to master this skill. I know it. You're going to actually become a pro. Now, for other useful audio and video podcasts, please visit my website, www.docsmo.com. And if you have any questions about your child or children, please talk to that wonderful person you call your child's pediatrician. Until next time.